Even getting divorced.
I mean, it's not what I dreamed of and what I hoped for. You know, I think my parents have been married for 50 years and I really wanted that to happen. But I think you have to accept, you know, sometimes that the way you are in your 20s, it's, you know, sometimes you grow together, sometimes you grow apart. I mean, he's the father of my kids, you know, so I always wish him the best. And I mean, I'm so grateful that he gave me wonderful children. And I think, you know, when a door shuts, other doors open. I look into my life and I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't have any other life. I wouldn't have done it. If they say, can you change something in your life? I wouldn't change absolutely anything.
Imagine being a washed up retired supermodel, but you still think you the shit. You're completely washed up and you're not even that fine, right? Then you somehow bag Tom Brady. Then imagine telling Tom Brady, who's the greatest of all time, that he has to choose between you and football. You see this family? You then break up your family because you couldn't deal with him playing one more season after you dealt with it for 20 seasons, all right? And you would think breaking up your family for your own personal selfish happiness would be enough, but no. You then turn around and date someone close to your husband, the former family personal trainer or whatever the hell he was, because Lord knows you couldn't go find you a man who's not within the circle. You got to keep things messy. You got to keep things really awkward for your children. But then, oh, commas a bit. He breaks up with you because he can't deal with this drama, or possibly he broke up with you because you're 44 with 2 kids. My boy Tom, he cool doing goat things. Now that it's time to officially finalize this divorce, you know, she wants half the property, right? Turns out, Tom Brady don't have no property. Damn!
And when Tom announced his retirement from football, it seemed like he was finally ready to put his family first.
My kids and my family is certainly very important. They made a lot of sacrifice. I owe it to them too.
But just 40 days later, he changed his mind.
Brady says he's coming back. He has, quote, unfinished business.
He was doing a bunch of family things. I think the thought came to Tom, I do not want to be sitting there in September watching football on TV and saying, I can still do this as well as any of these guys.
But we also saw Gisele whisper into your ear, what more do you have to prove?
Yeah.
So Tom, what more do you have to prove?
She didn't feel like I was doing my part for the family. And she's sitting there going, I have goals and dreams too.
Do you want him to retire? I want him to do whatever makes him happy.
When I am done playing, I really do want to be able to support her and what her dreams are, to be more flexible with schedule and time and commitment.
Wonderful thing is to feel the warmth of a hug and a kiss, and to be able to be surrounded by, you know, by love. And I think, you know, as humans, we are people who are meant to be living in community. We're meant to be, you know, touching and holding and loving. And I think, you know, that's essential for our well-being, for our mental health.
Very sad to me that it appears, at least, that being given the option to have had everything he wanted, to have had the amazing career he wanted, to have accomplished things that most people will never know. Who knows when Tom Brady's record will be broken. But despite having everything, the perfect life, quite literally the model wife, that he's unable to do something that is selfless. What marriage takes is selflessness, right? You have to renew that commitment to a person every day and say that I am not the bigger person in this relationship. Sometimes it's you having to remove a little bit of yourself. Sometimes it's your partner and spouse who has to remove a little bit of themselves so that you can have this union, so that you can stay in sync. And it seems that when this came to Tom Brady, when he had an opportunity to say, thank you so much for being a wonderful wife, thank you so much for being a wonderful mother, and thank you for allowing me to have this career, I am now going to step back. He changed his mind. And it's understandable that she feels this way.
How are you?
Well, when you say, sorry guys, I didn't know. Can I have a little moment? Yeah. It's definitely a time of, you know, a transition that had to take place, and it's not something that I don't think you wish for that, you know? But I think sometimes in life things happen. I feel so blessed because, like, I wouldn't change anything in my life. I had incredible experiences. I learned so much. I have my children, which are the biggest blessings in my life. And now I get to create, it's a new season, it's a new chapter in my life, and I get to learn new things, and I get to walk my path in a different way, you know?
Brady has long been seen as an example of commitment and tenacity, both in his personal and professional lives. Many people have characterized his marriage to Gisele Bündchen as an example of a partnership in which both parties have sacrificed for the advancement of their respective careers. Supermodel Gisele, who is among the most successful in the world, stepped away from the catwalk to help Brady and their kids. However, the dynamic appears to be changing at this point. According to reports, Gisele has made it clear that she wants Tom to spend more time at home with their growing children. She has made it plain that even though she supports his work, she has goals and desires of her own. In an interview, she stated, "I still have goals and aspirations that I want to accomplish. It's about our family and what's best for all of us, not just about Tom." Although there has always been a tension on the couple's relationship, the latest speculations of a possible divorce have increased the intensity of focus. Both journalists and fans are keeping a careful eye on the event to see how they play out. The pair is no stranger to difficulties, but it feels like there are more at stake this time. Tom's choice to come out of retirement and play football again has caused a gap that may be difficult to heal. Although supporters rejoiced over Brady's comeback to the NFL with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, it wasn't without a price. Gisele is reported to have been taken by surprise by the decision, which was made subsequent to his first declaration of retirement. She had anticipated that he would put their family first and stop playing the game. Rather, she has discovered herself in a recognizable scenario, once more cheering her husband on from the sidelines as he pursues yet another Super Bowl ring. There has been a noticeable rift between them, and rumors have it that Gisele was very offended by Tom's choice. Even while she still openly supports him, her absence from the games has been apparent. She was always there in the past seasons, supporting him and her kids at her side. She hasn't been seen much this year, though, which has fueled rumors that something is wrong in their marriage. Although Tom has always had a strong passion for football, it appears that this passion is now costing him more personally. His time spent in training, on the field, and traveling for games leaves little time for his family. It seems like Gisele, who has been understanding and helpful for years, is at her breaking point. "I love football. It's not that I don't," she allegedly told friends. "All I want is for my husband to be around more. It's obvious that the circumstances are difficult for them both." Tom struggles to balance his love for his family and his passion for the game. Being a competitor at heart, he finds it hard to accept the idea of quitting the game when he still has something to offer. However, he also understands that his family is the most significant aspect of his life, and he doesn't want that to change. The entire world is watching as Tom Brady continues to navigate the demands of both his professional and personal lives. Does he think he'll find the balance he's looking for? Or will one of the most well-known marriages in history end due to the stress of wanting to have it all? Tom Brady's future on and off the field is in the balance, but only time will tell. His family and his profession will be impacted by the choices he takes in the upcoming months. All we can do for the time being is wait and see how this story, which has drawn 1 million people's attention, develops. Tom Brady, who is recognized as one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history, first gained notoriety in 2019 when he announced his retirement from the New England Patriots following a storied career. The majority of his followers believed he had given up on playing. To everyone's amazement, though, Brady returned to the NFL in 2020, signing with the Tampa Bay Bucks. In his first season in Florida after returning to the NFL, he helped the Buccaneers win the Super Bowl, an incredible accomplishment that only strengthened his legacy. Being the epitome of a loving family, the couple and their 3 kids have been a regular sight on the sidelines of his games since he married Gisele Bündchen in 2009. Brady's choice to play football again after a brief hiatus, meanwhile, is said to have caused some strain in his marriage. Tom's absence from 11 days of season training with the Buccaneers, according to sources, has sparked speculation about marital problems and raised eyebrows. Brady said, "It's all personal," in response to a question regarding his absence. Different situations affect each person differently. Everybody faces different difficulties in their daily lives. "I'm a man in my 45s. A great deal is happening." Soon after Tom and Gisele made these remarks, there were speculations that they would be divorcing. Gisele tweeted her support for the Buccaneers, but she was conspicuously absent from the games, which fueled more rumors. Quite the opposite of prior seasons when she was a regular and ardent team fan. Her absence was immediately noticed by the media, which pointed out that this year felt extremely different from the previous. Gisele has made a great deal of sacrifices for Brady throughout the course of his remarkable football career. In order to care for their small family and let Brady concentrate on his sport, she took a step back from her lucrative modeling profession. I've fulfilled my responsibility to support him. After relocating to Boston, I concentrated on building a warm, nurturing cocoon for our kids. In regards to her role in their marriage, Gisele once remarked, "I feel very satisfied in that way as a mom and as a spouse." But it looks like Gisele is starting to miss Brady's company at home. "I have my doubts," she said, expressing alarm about the violent character of football. "My kids and I play this really rough sport. I wish he spent more time with them. We've had those conversations numerous times. Ultimately, I believe that each individual must make the decision that best suits their own needs. He must also pay attention to himself." Tom Brady addressed the growing rumors of a potential divorce by reiterating his dedication to football and his family. Although he acknowledged the tension, he made it clear that he was making every effort to resolve it. Jim Gray questioned Brady in an interview, asking whether the only time he feels calm and at ease is when a 320-pound lineman is chasing him on the field. Brady laughed and responded, "I hope that's not the only moment I find it," which was a poor course of action. However, because football season follows a schedule, life is easy. We play once a week, so the rhythm is set in stone. However, I'm discovering different methods to achieve contentment in life and simply savoring each moment spent with my kids as they develop. It's a nice time of year because, to me, nothing matters more than football and family. Gisele and Tom have both denied having any plans to file for divorce, and they are still working on their relationship in spite of the rumors and the media craze. Although there doesn't seem to be much risk of a divorce right now, the circumstance has undoubtedly brought attention to the difficulties of juggling a well-known career with a family. After reading about the recent rumors of a divorce, you may have a different understanding of Tom and Gisele's relationship after learning these intriguing facts. It comes as no surprise that Gisele and Tom value fitness given their stature in the fashion industry and as NFL players. To keep the whole family active, they reportedly worked out at the gym every day, frequently including their kids in their routines. For a few years, Gisele had the title of being the best-paid model globally. And because to Tom's accomplishments as one of the NFL's best quarterbacks, Business Insider reports that the couple's total net worth is close to $600 million. When Gisele viewed Tom's photo for the first time, she wasn't impressed. Although she didn't give it much attention at the moment, she thought he was cute. Tom was obviously fortunate because he and his spouse had a happy marriage that has lasted for more than 10 years. Gisele and Tom nearly called it quits on their romance early on. Actress Bridget Moynihan was still Tom's partner when they started dating. Gisele thought about ending things after learning that Moynihan was expecting Tom's child following their breakup. They overcome it, though, and have grown to be a solid family. According to reports, the Brady Bündchen family eats a strict vegan diet. They even employ a personal chef who follows their dietary guidelines and stays away from substances that may aggravate inflammation in order to cook their meals. Even when Tom is traveling for football, Gisele and Tom have made it a point to speak every day since they began dating in 2006. Gisele has said that their long-term relationship has been largely dependent on their effective communication. In other celebrity news, Skai Jackson was recently involved in some legal issues. The actress got into a fight with her boyfriend at Universal City Walk, which led to her being detained for domestic abuse. Jackson was arrested when it was captured on security camera that she was pushing her boyfriend, even though she maintained that they were happy and engaged. The LA County District Attorney's Office is currently reviewing the matter, and Skai may be charged with a major offense. This episode is the latest in a string of controversies surrounding the rising star, which also includes earlier claims that she was involved in money laundering. It appears that Skai may be fooling people with his innocent appearance. Fans' reactions to the revelation have ranged from amazement to incredulity. Some are worried about Skai's potential legal issues, while many are wondering how such a slight nudge could result in such serious charges. Fans now have more questions than answers on the scenario, and it's unclear how it will all work out. With Skai Jackson's legal issues and Tom Brady's reported marital problems, it's evident that even superstars deal with difficulties and controversies that can have a big impact on their life. Fans and the media will be watching intently to see how they navigate these situations.